y'all. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Get comfortable. Hit the like button. We got to talk about a couple of few things. Just a couple of few. So look, I am still knee deep in yarn, and I'm enjoying it too. Let me just tell you that I am enjoying it. So glad to see everybody. So glad to be able to come in here and gossip for a little bit and talk about what's happening and what happened and who said it and when they said it and who they said it to and all of the things. We're going to be sharing the screen. We got to talk about Potomac, child. It's getting interesting. I'm going to say that. It's getting interesting. Now, let me greet everybody who's here, and then I'm going to tell y'all what all we got to talk about. I also have a thing or two to say about the verses, too. Got something to say. Mm-hmm. A couple of little things, and I want to kind of pick y'all brain on a couple things too. And then like a couple of real life things too. I want to kind of pick y'all brain on a couple of those because we ain't done that in a while. I've been being quiet lately. In case y'all ain't noticed, I've been being very quiet lately. I haven't said a whole lot, but I got a lot I want to say. So y'all give me one quick second and let me greet everybody and we're going to dig into it. Okay. 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 So look. Okay, now we straight. Had to get a little more comfortable. So let's talk. Let me greet who's here. And then I'm going to tell y'all what's going on mostly. And then we're going to talk about what we got to talk about. Miss Lovely T, hello. How you doing, lady? Good to see you. Sweet Beloved is here. She is like number 3. Miss Lovely T was number 1. And thank you for being number 1. Auntie Eva is like number 6. So good to see you, y'all. We got Bianca the Beautiful in the chat. We got to talk because your package is ready to go and I don't have an address. So I got to call you because we got to talk. Plus, I got to fill you in on some other stuff. So we got to talk. Where is Melanin Coco? Because I need her address too because she got some, crochet goods that need to come to her house and get up out of my house. Okay. Aries Diva. Hey, boo. Happy Friday. TGIF to everybody. Magdalene Lamar is like number 12. Hey, sis. Good to see you. Jay is a gem 8. Hello. It's so good to see you. Too Adorable is number 11. Hey, sis. How you doing? And Janetta Porter, sis. How you been? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being number 12. My girl Yanni is here. Hit the like button, Yanni, please. And thank you. I appreciate you. Y'all share the live, like the live, all that stuff. I may need to do a quick live vertical and tell people we here. Y'all know, I be trying to give YouTube time to send out notifications, and unfortunately they don't. Especially with me not being live as often. They not prioritizing me, and that's cool. But I'm going to do what I got to do. Hey, Siobhan, thank you for being number 16. Happy to be happy. Say she number 7 today. 7 to get you to heaven. How you doing? Good to see you. Glad you're here, sis. Miss Thelma is number 20. Hey, Miss Thelma. How you doing? She done been in the streets. I see. I understand. I ain't doing no tripping. You did hit the like button. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Yeah, hit Melanin Coco up. Hit her up. Real quick, though, we want to make sure we get everybody. I do not want to leave any of my folks hanging and not knowing what we doing when we doing what we doing. So I'm going to do live both places. If y'all are in here, do not go over there to the vertical. I'm doing this just to make sure we get all our people. Rochelle, thank you for being number 23. So look, first of all, Laila Ali. Now remember, we sat through her first part 1 of her exposing Clarissa Shields for the harassment, the lies, the gaslighting, the narratives, and all of that. Well, at that time, Laila promised us a part 2 and she delivered. So we're going to look at part of that. Now, we can't do the whole thing because she got a lot of stuff that's like TMZ and different people, and we don't have permission to play them people's stuff. So some of it we're going to skip through, but we're going to see the part that we need to see when we need to see it. Okay? I want us to have a little talk about the whole no limit and cash money versus, and I want y'all opinion on it. You know, most of us is my age and close to. It's a few, you know, young bloods in here, but some of them, you know, they understand what was going on the stage. But I want to have a little talk about that. I also want to talk about this RHOP sneak peek, honey. They got a Truth or Drink sneak peek that's out about RHOP. And I saw some interesting things. There was some interesting things, an interesting dynamic going on there. And I want to get into that. I do want to get into that. Siobhan, hey, y'all hit the like button, double tap the screen, and we live, you know, on our regular live stream, our StreamYard live. So come on over to the StreamYard. Get out of here and go over there. If you over here, stay here. But if you over here, get out of here and go over there. Yes, Siobhan, Clarissa, single black female shields. That's exactly what she is. Thank you for the hearts. Y'all, we live. We're live right now. This is just to let y'all know that we are on our StreamYard live. So if you come in here and you see us, thank you for thumbing up the screen. Come over here. Like, you can leave out of this one and go to the regular one. I'm going to shut this one down in like a quick second. And that way everybody can come over to our regular live stream. Same channel. Come over to the regular live stream. Okay? All right. Bang. Hey. Hey, Black Smile. Thank you for being number 25. Amy J. What's up, boo? So look, we got to talk about all of that. And we're going to get into the real life stuff too. So I'm going to slide out of this live and we're going over here. And if you're here, we're not gone. We're just getting out of this vertical and we're going to do we're doing right now, real time, regular live stream on StreamYard. So like close out of this one, head over there. I'll see you over there. Okay. Thank you. So yeah. Like that. Like that. Okay. So now everybody should know where we are and hopefully they just start trickling in. But let's talk about some real stuff real quick in real life. Would y'all believe? Well, y'all should believe because y'all probably got some of this going on too. I want y'all to be vigilant. We have some real live people who don't like us that will be in your circle. They will be around you. They will literally ask you for help just so they can watch what you do, so they can compete with you. And I'm going to say this one more time because I don't know who need to hear this, but I need you to understand. There are people who will embed themselves in your circle. They will try to get close to you. They got questions for what you do and how you do what you do and why it's like this and why it ain't like that. Them people is only trying to get close to you so they can learn your formula. They want to get in your game room just so they can compete with you. I don't know who need to hear it. I got my wake up call. I got my reminder. And so I'm giving y'all's reminder. Like, be vigilant, be careful. Yep. A lot of that be going on. And sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's people that you don't expect to see that from. It's people that's like, they can literally be in the house with you. Like, I want you to understand. People will say, oh, show me how to do this and that. But even in the middle of you showing them, you could see those are not pure intentions. These people want to compete with you, man. Like, it is not what you think it is. So just be on your toes, be on your P's and Q's, because everybody who's, pretending to be friendly ain't friendly. Even when it's family members and it's like, oh, cuz just, teach me how you do. I like how you do what you do. Teach me whatever. They're not asking you so that they can just prosper. They're asking you because they want to be your competition. It's not so much that they want to succeed. They just want to feel like they're doing better than you. They want to feel like they can beat you at being you. And I want y'all to be sharp. Stay sharp, because hey, if it's just about you succeeding, I'm all for that. But when somebody is asking you for your help because they literally want you to give them a hand up so that they can snatch you down at the same time, y'all better be sharp. Hey, since 58, thank you for being number 31. U.S. Army Brad is number 29. Hey, boo. Aries Sun, thank you for being 38. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to cause no discord and nobody family or friend groups. I just want y'all to be aware because I had my little wake up call like, Nitra, you done got so laid back. You're not paying attention to people. Like, that person is not looking for help. They're looking for a way to take you down. So y'all know how I move. If something happening for me, it probably 9 times out of 10 is happening with other people too, because I ain't that special. If it can happen to me, it can happen to you, it can happen to anybody. So y'all just be sharp. Don't be crazy. Hey, D Crazy, D Amazing DS. She's here to run that reflection corner. I'm just saying, because you never know. People sit up and watch y'all, and it's the stuff that you do that you think is so insignificant and it's no big deal, and you don't think nothing of it because it come natural to you. It's other people that sit back and watch how you move, watch how you bless. Those things that you think ain't no big deal, they watching you with envious eyes. They watching you with envious eyes, and they want what you got, and they do not want you to be okay. Okay, so I'm just saying, be sharp, stay sharp, because that's what it is. Also, I don't know what the hell going on with all this food stamp talk. I see people saying crazy stuff like they gonna go loot stores and all that. I'm gonna say this as a Negro PSA. Stay y'all black behinds home. Don't y'all go in them people's stores acting stupid and nothing else. We was eating before a stamp. We gonna eat after a stamp. Okay? I want y'all to be wise and wake up. I had posted something on my just like a pre-recorded. It was just something I recorded that one of them politicians was saying. And it was somebody in the thread like losing their mind. And it's like, baby, you don't know me. I don't pick sides. I just tell it like it is. At the end of the day, don't none of them people like us. And I don't know who need to hear this, but I know somebody do, because people literally be in my threads and stuff on social media, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or whatever, and they don't understand what's going on. Black folks, we don't have no allies. Stop thinking that one group of people is your friend and the other people don't like you. Don't none of them like us, okay? Now, let's be very clear about that. Siobhan, you better tell them, because apparently they don't know your big sis, honey. Them people don't love us. They do not have our best interest at heart. And I'm going to tell you something else. The same people that was in Chicago pretending to be from Chicago trying to get black people riled up because they want us to go out in them streets rioting and protesting and stuff so they could use us as cannon fodder. Them the same people pushing for all this food stamp mess because they want our people to go out there acting a fool so they have an excuse to harm our people. Don't y'all fall for that mess. We ain't coming out. And that's the final word on that. We not coming out. We ain't got nothing to do with none of this what y'all got going on. Leave black people alone. This is the season for us to tell the world, leave black people alone. We don't bother nobody. We mind our business, pay our bills. Hopefully you paying your tithes and paying everything else dust, because that's all the hell we got for them, dust. Okay? We ain't got nothing else. We paying dust. Trying to get us worked up about some mess. Hell, we ain't even the majority of the people that's on no goddamn stamps. The people that's the majority demographic on stamps don't look nothing like us. So stop trying to get us involved in y'all mess. We ain't coming. They already got the National Guard ready in every state to go because they thinking they finally gonna get to do something to Black American people. We not coming out. Siobhan say, yes, ma'am. It's fall and I'm staying in the house enjoying the weather. Yes. Take up crocheting. That's what I'm doing. Bianca said, you know it. Some stores said they was closing and only doing pickup orders and deliveries. Right. That's all we need to be doing. Drinking water, greasing our scalps, making sure your edges is full. Mine is. Mine is full. I ain't got no spots missing. And we're going to watch these reality shows. We're going to talk about them, and we're going to get online and crack up and cut the fool with each other. We do not have time to be dealing with people who hate our guts. No, we do not. Not the clear ones, not the cloudy ones, not the ones with green cards and nobody else. People that hate us that good, leave us alone. Hey, Yanni, I'm just saying, trust me, we're going to share the screen, but I had to go and put that PSA out there. I saw them people down there, people from Jamaica saying a bunch of nasty stuff about Black Americans. And I'm going to tell y'all this, another quick Negro PSA. Stay the hell from down there. Don't spend no money with them people. They telling y'all they don't like you. There are clear people online dragging them, telling them their houses is shacks and all that. They got Caribbean American people insulting them, and they coming online in droves to insult Black Americans. We ain't did nothing to them. Stay off them people island. Don't go down there. Don't you spend another dollar with them. Don't spend another dollar. I don't care if it's their restaurants. If you want oxtails, cook them. We cook them better any goddamn way. We be going for convenience. I'm just telling the truth. Black folks, we ain't got nobody but us. Eh? Nobody but us. We ain't got nobody else. Bump all that. Hey, one who cares. How you doing? Thank you for being number 43. Everybody want to pull us in their mess. And the devil is a lie. So let's pull up Miss Laila Ali, child. Because Laila had time for the part 2. Now, Laila Ali, in case y'all missed it, Laila Ali promised us she was going to do a part 2. And she delivered. Yes, she did. She delivered. And we're gonna go through it. Like I said, it's gonna be some parts that you see me skip through because I don't have time for no copyright strikes. I don't. And not Miss Laila, but not enough to get no copyright strikes for. So let me share screen. Let me share the screen. Yes, the oh so pretty Laila Ali. I actually like the name she gave her because that's a fitting name for Miss Laila Ali. Is oh so pretty Laila Ali, because her daddy said he was so pretty, but she oh so pretty. Yes. And yes, y'all, I still got my little, hair protector on because it was face care day today. But I'm gonna wash the hair later. I'm gonna wash it later because I was supposed to wash it the other night and I didn't. So I'm gonna wash it later. But I had to do face, and this is still on. And if I snatch it off, the hair really gonna be all over the place. So y'all just forgive me, okay? Yes, and did. So let me share the screen. Quick. Housekeeping. Please, if y'all must curse in my chat, please misspell your curse words, please and thank you. Greet people as they come in. If you see somebody you don't know, please say welcome. If it's your first time watching us live, please put FTL in the chat for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually because we're happy to have you here. Also, no bickering or arguing in my chat, no disrespect of any kind. Be kind to each other. Please be kind to your host, and please show love to our moderators. They're so beautiful. Don't you agree? And now we are going to share the screen. Make sure you put your like number in the chat. Like lottery is always in full effect. If I call your number, you got 2 minutes, but we only plan if I don't have to beg for my likes. And don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side. Circle with the heart emoji. Tap it. Send up them bubbles. I appreciate it because I'm sensitive and I need my bubbles. So let's share the screen. Let's get into it. Y'all, Laila did not spare this girl. Let me just say that. Laila Ali did not spare this girl. Like at all. And I don't blame her. Because Clarissa has been way too disrespectful. Way too disrespectful. So, sound on, and we're going to go through this kind of quick. We're not going to do the whole thing, but we're going to do as much as we can because, like I said, Sister Ali got a whole lot of stuff that's copywritten in there, and, she's not monetized or whatever on this channel. I think it's just her content that she wants to put out, or at least she's not monetizing this. Hey, JD Rob, thank you for being number 43. Vintage, thank you for being 47. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Okay. So turn your sound up and we're going to roll with the oh so pretty Laila Ali. Ain't she gorgeous? Let's get into it.
Just as I promised, I'm bringing you part 2 of Set the Record Straight. Now, if you haven't already watched part 1, I suggest you go back and do so you'll understand why I needed to go to these lengths to lay the truth out once and for all. For years, I've been characterized as unsupportive, as being a hater, envious of her success, and as someone who disrespected her so badly. Now, in part 1, I discussed the past, what was said from both of us on both sides. I showed the brunt of what came out of each of our mouths. Nothing was twisted, nothing was taken out of context, just the truth of what was said. I also showed how she even tried to use my father's name to discredit me. Pretty unthinkable. Hopefully, you went and watched the full versions of the clips I shared in part 1, just as I suggested, because they're on YouTube. Now, I want to take just a second to thank those of you that left supportive comments. Even if you judge the situation wrongly and see the truth now, I understand how it may have seemed. Multiple people have reached out to me privately, sharing their experiences, and are so relieved that someone finally exposed the truth about how she operates. Now, I know you know my style by now, facts versus feelings. Like I said in part 1, I'm not about the he say, she say. I've stayed focused on the exact allegations that were made against me, and I showed you the directly related receipts. Now, part 2 is about the present. She always repeats the same tactics, just in a new situation. We're dealing with the same person who plays the victim card, makes up lies, deliberately twists my words, and creates a false narrative. Look, she fooled the public before, so she feels like she could just keep it going. Now, before I get into part 2, let me just remind you who we're talking about here.
Jump right to it since you brought her up. Laila Ali.
I always knew that Laila wasn't intimidated by me, you know, and she may have not ever said nothing, but I always knew that she questioned who was the better fighter between me and her. But I always knew that she questioned who was the better fighter between me and her, because I have a better amateur background and now a better professional background. So I knew that she always kind of felt a little threatened, but from when I first met her, I always knew that, you know, she don't love boxing.
What does being the GOAT mean to you?
Of course, it got all the accomplishments and, you know, all the belts and everything like that. But it also means, like, to me, just making a blueprint for the women that's coming up behind me, the original way.
You know, there's a lot of girls who use boxing to promote their with their modeling career, to be in a magazine or something. But I use boxing for boxing, and it promotes. And boxing is my brand.
Baby, why is Laila Ali roasting this girl like this? Can y'all explain to me why Laila is roasting this girl like this? Using her own words to roast her is insanity. I cannot.
It's just like, I'm not trying to use boxing to promote something else, to help me with something else.
I'm really building a blueprint where I can tell other girls, like, listen, if you do this, this is what can happen. Yeah. If you build your brand like this is the direction that it can go. If you build it like that, it can go this way.
I feel like I just want to get, like, somehow, if it can be figured out, what is it that the brands look for in an athlete to where I get the $20 million payday to represent, you know, one of these big brands or something like that. You have to have like I don't know if it's a certain look or a certain tone or a certain, you know,
I think if you
story,
just continue to be you.
Of course, being like a great person, being a great role model. Marshall a bitch, that's it. She's a bitch, and she's gonna keep being one. She's a hater. She wish she was me. She wish she had the belts, the gold medals, and she don't want to be me. She wish she was black and everything. It's just sad.
I tried to tell her in the past, brand deals don't come from pretending to be someone you're not. They come from character, integrity, and consistency. That's the work she needs to do. So while she's tried to paint my success beyond the ring in a negative light, the truth is I've accomplished what I set out to do in the ring, and I moved on to build a life and a career using all of my other talents. Now she's acting as if she's an expert on how to build a brand, mentoring others on it as if she has all the answers, when in reality, she's still trying to figure it out for herself. And she's doing this because she wants to figure out how she needs to look, how she needs to act, how she needs to talk, who she needs to become in order to make some money and get some brand deals. Okay, let's get into this. She's decided to once again call me out with a $15 million challenge. She's using the same playbook as last time, taking something I said, twisting it, and turning it into a false story, then going on a PR campaign to promote it. Let's take a look at how this all came about. I recently co-hosted a Toronto trilogy fight in Madison Square Garden. Millions of viewers tuned in, and there were great matchups on the undercard. Now, after the event, I did an impromptu interview to discuss the fighters and how electrifying the night was for women's boxing.
DS, that's a 19-second violation. That's a 19-second violation.
Both ladies have so much to be proud of. They're both great warriors. And this is a big night for women's boxing. And hopefully it's just the beginning.
And she threw a 1-2 every single time, but that 1-2 was going like straight and she was already over here.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, it's okay.
But I know where you're going with it. We can easily pick either of them apart, right? But the thing is, I think Amanda was trying to just be busy. I'm almost done, guys. Last question.
Yeah.
Last one, Clippers and Shield. There's rumors that you're going to come back and fight. What? Everybody's talking about it.
You know, the rumor that I heard was that I said unless somebody has 15, 20 million, don't even call.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's going to step aside.
I said unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even going to have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight. But if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, what I didn't find out until later was that the questions that I kindly answered were going to be turned into a calculated headline created for clickbait. Not the first time this has happened. Ever since I retired from the boxing ring, I've received offers to come back. Everything from exhibitions to fighting whoever I want and me naming my price. I've never really been just sitting around seriously trying to come back to boxing. I have a TV hosting career. I speak on stages around the globe. I have successful companies that I own. I'm a wife, a full-time mom. I'm raising teenagers. I'm busy and fulfilled. During that quick fight blog interview, I addressed the rumor that the interviewer brought up. He had his facts wrong, so I corrected him and I said I wasn't trying to make a comeback. But if somebody offered me $15 to $20 million, I would have to think about it. Who wouldn't? That's a lot of money. But saying that I would think about it and saying I would actually do it is not the same. Words matter. After he posts the video, he starts sending my business partner text messages, literally trying to negotiate a fight without my knowledge or consent, while at the same time my team was being inundated with a barrage of emails and text messages and calls from her team trying to make a fight. Now at this point, it started to feel like a money grab scheme. Next thing you know, about 6 days later or so, the same fight blog puts out the fake check video. You can go watch it on YouTube.
What's up, Laila? You trying to fight? I'm the GOAT. I bet 50 million up right now. Where you at?
This was silly and funny, but y'all got to go watch it with her. I'm not going to do all that now.
It's so important to me that we carry ourselves in a respectable manner because young girls are always watching us. So while all of this foolishness was going on, I was overseas on summer vacation with my family. She was once again calling me out, twisting the story of what I said on the fight blog. Then she says it was another golden opportunity.
I was very shocked to still see her even speak of me.
There goes the twist. I did not speak of her or mention her in that interview.
I've been let that dream go of fighting her a long, long time ago. But when I seen that, I'm like, you know what? Another golden opportunity to make a fight with me and Laila Ali. Got it? If she wants 15 million, we got 15 million. Take this 15 million and come get your ass whooped.
Do you think she even wants to fight you, or do you think that she just threw that number out there just to save face?
In a way, sometimes I think she tried to price herself out. But it was like, it's better if she just don't say anything about that. You know, it's better if she say, oh, I'm retired, I'm the best, you know, be on that high and mighty high horse that she's always on and stay on that. When you get off that high horse and now you realize that you're normal, because you are, she wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't mention her. I clearly said I wasn't interested in making a comeback, okay? But she's out here running her own storyline once again. It was never gonna stop. Let me just say this. There is no way in my prime, with all the accolades, that I'd be trying to prove that I'm the greatest by being obsessed with fighting a nearly 48-year-old retired fighter who's been out the ring almost 20 years, while in the same breath claiming that she's irrelevant and she's untalented, while simultaneously coming up with $15 million for her within a matter of about 6 days. Please make it make sense. So she continues on her one-woman show, proceeding to try to bait me out of retirement. She's on.
Laila ain't wrong. Laila is not wrong. If she was irrelevant, why would you be trying to come up with $15 million to fight her? Like, you willing to jump through a ring of fire to fight her, while trying to convince us that she's not relevant. Baby, she's relevant enough to make you dig in your purse, and somebody else's too, because we know all that money wasn't hers.
Social saying that she's the greatest now and she's gonna put me on my back. She's going on national shows spewing her usual narrative and saying that I said that if she came up with 15 million, I'd return to boxing.
You come out and say, oh, the rumor I heard is if Clarissa got 15, 20 million, then I got your 15 million. Now what?
You calling the bluff. You call the bluff, Clarissa.
Yeah, and we are still waiting to hear a response.
What would you be proving by fighting and ultimately beating her if you went in there with her?
Just be proving to her that I'm a better fighter than her. That's all that really matters to me.
Do you realize now that this girl has been shadow boxing this whole time? I'm not in this with her. She has something to prove, not me. This is in her head.
It's about the disrespect that she gives toward me. And I worked my butt off to get to where I am without having a famous father to get to where I am and to raise the bar for women's boxing. That's my issue with her. And if we were to fight each other in our primes, I would have still won. I would have knocked her out.
Everyone knows this woman has not been able to bust a grape up until now. It's actually hilarious to hear her talk about knocking me out. She'd be better off saying she'd outbox me or she'd run me out the ring or something like that. But knock me out? Imagine that. No, really, imagine that. Look, I get it. She's obsessed with my knockout percentage. But at this point, she needs to stop promising these knockouts and focus on her own strengths, because that's not one of them, and that's okay. So I ignored her PR stunts the same way I always have. They never got a response from me regarding a fight. So then she decides to throw a couple more lies into the story.
Hey Clarissa, how you doing today?
Laila and her representatives has told us no. Like the answer is,
baby, look at it. This outfit is killing me. And y'all look at Pap Smear. Would y'all look at Pap Smear and his lack of a chin? This is too much. Like, I almost don't want to play this because it's TMZ Sports, and you know TMZ is real petty and nasty. But y'all get it. This clip here, she's saying that Laila and her team said no.
AB fights at 130 pounds, and she was willing to face her. Franchon gave her a tough fight and has been calling her out ever since. She's 1-1 with Marshall, who's eager for a rematch. Gabriel's dropped her and has been calling her out too. Shadeja Green would be a great matchup, and she's on her hit list. Even MMA champion Chris Cyborg wants to step into the boxing ring to face her. 54-year-old Chevelle Hallback has been issuing challenges. Nobody is scared of her.
we're in a generation now where the women fight each other.
Yeah.
We don't duck each other. And back in her generation, that's all.
Clarissa looked like you ducking them chicks.
She never got an answer. And I know they wanted to create this narrative that I was scared and she lost track of her message points for the day. She says I've been using her name to stay relevant because she's popping and I just want to keep my name attached to hers.
Laila Ali, 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 and Laila Ali, Laila Ali. Laila is Laila. Me and Laila, Laila Ali, Laila Ali.
And I didn't respond to her stunts at all. Y'all know? Now you heard her say out her own mouth she was moving on. That I was irrelevant. She didn't need me. She had so much going on, so many fights, so much money to be made. And I thought, great. But here she comes again.
Laila is first on my list. That's who I want first. Okay. But me and Laila has had some back and forth for some years now. And to me, there is no question about who the greatest woman of all time is. It's me.
Do you say? Age difference, obviously. 17 years in boxing is a significant age difference.
I think even Laila Ali in her prime couldn't beat me in the fight. And I think that she is great. She is great. You know, I think that she can fight. She's a bigger woman than me. She's taller. Actually, she's 5'11". I'm 5'8", 5'9". And she has, I mean, it say 24-0, but her record is 24-0, 21 knockouts, I believe. My record is 17-0 with, I think, 3 knockouts. Listen, Laila, it's not no hard feelings. I just want to know who the best is. And the only way to figure out who the best is to fight. We ain't got to keep talking. You don't have to keep...
Now, let me put this in perspective. This was before she lost the hope that I might fight her. So she tried to speak more respectfully and polished, and she did what her team told her. But then 2 months later, the mask came off again.
That's not gonna happen.
Come on now, listen.
Did she turn the money down?
She did. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
No, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
She can't rumble like Ann Wolf. I said who's the best from that era. Ann Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Laila oh so pretty ass out. Laila oh so pretty ass out. That's the truth.
Now that was the real her. I've never been concerned with who was regarded as the best or the greatest or who had the most accolades or titles. I really haven't.
You've competed on so many high levels. What's it feel like to be an undefeated champ?
It feels good. I mean, anytime I think you work hard at your skill, you guys know how that is.
Absolutely.
And to be able to reach that level, you know, that peak of being one of the best, it's an amazing feeling. So,
Or the best.
Yeah.
Or the best.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm happy just being one of. My
Yeah.
father always said he was the best. That wasn't really my thing. My thing is I want to be the best in my weight class. I want to
Right.
be undefeated, and I want to be a world champion. And those things I attain. So call it what you want to.
Amen.
So, yeah. I will say, becoming a WBC champion, like my father and so many greats before him, was an accomplishment that I will always be proud of. Every female fighter who wins a WBC title receives her belt with my face displayed on it. Now that truly is something special to me. So,
wait just a goddamn minute. Clarissa, even the belt you toting got Laila face on it. Rissa. Hey, Ashley Kane. Yes, delusional and the jealousy is crazy.
oh, did her plan work? Did she make me mad enough to come out of retirement after 18 years and start training again to make her dream of fighting me and having a big payday courtesy of Laila Ali come true? Absolutely not. After years of blatant lies and vile disrespect, making unsolicited negative remarks about me, questioning the legitimacy of my boxing legacy, and having the audacity to cross the line by disrespecting my deceased father, trying to use his name to discredit his daughter.
Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
She will not be rewarded with the opportunity to share the ring with me or anything else. There's your answer. When I was still active, I held boxing in the highest regard. It's what I did full time. I put all of my energy and focus into it. I wasn't distracted trying to do a little of this and a little of that.
And that's some shade right there. Because right now, instead of Clarissa focusing on boxing, she focusing on Pap Smear, trying to be a rapper and wanting to be the next Remy Ma. Baby, we ain't got but one Remy, and we only need one.
I was locked in, dedicated, disciplined, mastering my craft. I had the best of the best. Excellent trainers, including Buddy McGirt, Roger Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Sr., who all held me to a very high standard. Boxing is in my DNA, and it will always be my first love. Now, after all this she's put me through, I would never partner or collaborate with her on anything. Now, I've seen some comments from people saying, she's been so quiet, you know, ever since I put out part one. Maybe she's finally going to take some responsibility and try to do better. But in reality, she's been running her same predictable playbook, misleading and deceiving the public. Her team has been busy trying to clean up the mess she's made over these years. They're literally running paid online ads with old footage of her signing her first contract and touting the Bible. Will she be taking
Now I gotta address this right here, because Aries' son, this is very much. Let me say this. This is very much like the Remy situation. The difference is Remy ain't trying to be classy like Laila. Laila ain't trying to be classy. Laila is naturally classy. Reminisce, my girl from the Bronx. She held it long as she could, and then she embarrassed that hooker. That's what, if it wasn't for Remy, y'all wouldn't be calling her Clarence to this day. She thought she was going, you know, year after year, poke with Remy like she's done with Laila. And she didn't make it that far with Remy. No. She poked and played and had blogs playing games. And Remy was like, yeah, rat-a-tat-tat on that rump. And then she had people behind the scenes, including Pap Smear, texting, talking about, can you take that down? Because she got a movie coming out. The hell with your movie. You knew you had a movie coming out when you was playing games and starting narratives and running your mess. Remy didn't spare her. And she thought that Remy was going to spare her like Laila had spared her. She's expecting that because they're older than her, that they just going to keep like overlooking her dumb stuff. Remy wasn't finna do it. And then you kept right on going until you made Laila, who has been nothing but graceful and a lady. You made her come down off her throne ever so slightly just to go ahead and gather you. And that's what you get. That's what the hell you get. I'm going to let them go back to talking, y'all. But I had to address that. Aries' son is on point. Aries' son is on point.
Responsibility for her actions or just keep pretending? The bottom line is she crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. She showed me and the world who she really is. And like Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Now, just as I told her many years ago when she reached out to me for advice and I gave it to her freely, I encouraged her to build a brand on integrity and respect and surround herself with good people.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said, have good people behind me who I trust, Laila Ali.
As a boxer, I was unapologetically confident and I believed I couldn't be beaten. And I proved it every time I stepped into the ring. As an entrepreneur, I've consistently carried that same mindset forward through the brand and the businesses that I've built from the ground up. Let's get real laser focused for a moment. It all started back in 2018 when I went on The Breakfast Club to promote my cookbook. Her record was 8-0 with 2 knockouts. Now remember, she and I were on good terms at the time. I even mentioned her and said nice things about her. Now, during the interview, I was asked, would I make a comeback to boxing? I said I wasn't planning on making a comeback, and I didn't feel there was anyone out there who would give me a real challenge. That's how I felt. Well, she heard that and got in her feelings because she felt that I should see her as a challenge.
You know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number 1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. Like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen. And, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble. We can go. You're not going to come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she my retirement. She just gonna beat me if she decided to. And people think that I started to beat her.
How did the relationship sour?
She goes on this interview and says, oh, I would come out of retirement, but there's no one good enough to give me a challenge.
So the one thing we both agree on is how this started. Now let me tell you why I didn't see her as a challenge. At the time, I had been retired from boxing about 11 or 12 years. 24-0, 21 knockouts, 5 world titles, right? I literally retired from boxing because I ran out of competition. It's public information. I would have to be inspired to make a comeback, and I didn't see anybody out there that I was inspired by, including her. I know she's an Olympic gold medalist, but let's not forget, in Olympic boxing, you're going up against amateurs, not professionals. I saw her fight as an amateur, and I saw her fight as a professional, and I didn't feel that she would be competition for me. In fact, you know what? Let me let her tell you exactly what I mean.
You mentioned you would knock Breakus out.
Yes, I would.
You only have 2 knockouts in 10 fights.
Yep.
Why is that?
Because women only go too many rounds.
All of the women who have been collecting knockouts got them in 2-minute rounds.
That's the main reason. As you've seen from my last fight, me turning pro with only 10 fights, you have to learn how to fight as a professional fighter. And when I came from the amateurs to the pros, I thought everything was the same. I'm like, I'm gonna do the same stuff I did in the amateurs. But training with Coach John David showed me that amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. Amateur boxing compared to Professional boxing and punching is completely different. These last what, 2 years, he has shown me so much. And from when you see my fight against Hammer, we only worked together for maybe 6 months. And then you see my fight with Habazine, just the body shots, how I can pick my shots now, how powerful and sharp I am. All that had to be changed. So when it comes to the knockouts, one, I've stunned every girl I've ever boxed against out of my 10 fights. Toward the end of the round, middle of the round, but when they only have to get beat up for 2 minutes and then go back and rest for a minute, it's not enough time for me to break them down some more.
She's still trying to learn how to put her punches together and fight like a professional. I've been knocking opponents out since my pro debut, my very first fight. I have more knockouts than she has wins.
Oh my God. See, this is why you got to leave grown women alone. Let me come on camera for this. Because again, I don't know who need to hear this. Hey, Vet. This is why. In case anybody was wondering. This is why. You have to leave grown women alone. Laila just effortlessly slid that to her. I got more knockouts than she got wins. I got more knockouts than she got wins. She's sitting up there talking to that man, talking about I ain't knocked nobody out because the rounds is only 2 minutes. Well, to Laila's point, all the women in women's boxing that got knockouts was knocking them out within them 2 minute rounds. That you complain you need more time to weigh them down. Baby, sound like to me, you're not who you think you are. It's giving you ain't that you claim to be. Rest in peace, rich homie. Because you ain't who you claim to be. You not. Laila got them knockouts in 2 minute rounds. All the other ladies in boxing who got knockouts got them in 2 minute rounds. And like Laila said, you still trying to learn how to put your punches together. I think low-key, Clarissa thinks she could beat somebody with her face. And I ain't calling her ugly. It's just she's got a hard face. It's a little hard. Hardest times in 29. I think Clarissa thinks that she can whoop somebody with her face. She can't. She can't. She's not a good technical fighter. You're not. That's why you got them 3 knockouts. Everything else is on the decision card, baby. There's a difference. And she up here talking about, I'm going to knock her out, knock her out. You ain't knocked out most of the people you fought. But you was going to knock out Laila Ali. Listen, I'm not even going to get into all the reasons why that ain't possible. I'm not even going to get into all the reasons why that ain't possible. I'm not. Isha say all that talking and only got 3 knockouts. Yes, but you're going to knock out the knockout queen. The knockout queen. You're going to knock out the knockout queen with your 3 knockouts. Siobhan say she called herself a goat. That's why she constantly trying to prove a point because the majority don't see her as that. No, we don't. We don't. And y'all notice how she's so hyper obsessed with the fact that Laila is Muhammad Ali's daughter. I think that really eats her up. That really eats her up. And I don't know who said it in the chat. Why you ain't running? Why you ain't running after Frida Foreman? Since you running around trying to fight retired fighters? Or is it because you know Laila's face is on that belt? Huh? Is that what's bothering you? That's all right. I'm going to let Laila keep talking, but I just had to point that out. I'm just like, you know, Laila effortlessly slid that she got more knockouts than you got wins. That's why you leave grown people alone.
Of this with me because I didn't see her as a challenge for me. Here we are in 2025. And she's only added 1 more knockout. She's still trying to learn how to throw her punches and fight like a professional.
I think that I'm so good that I'm hard on myself because I should be knocking these girls out. If I can go on there and win unanimous decisions, I'm always asking myself after the fight, Why didn't you get the knockout? How come didn't the knockout come? I got all the skills and the power and everything. I just have to figure it out and put it all together. I would have knocked her out. I really want to become the full potential fighter that I want to be. Like, I think people now, like, you know, you talking about full potential, you got 13 real titles, like, how much more greater can you be? It's like, I can start sleeping people, you know? I can get some knockouts on my record.
Yes, she can knock me out. Now, maybe someday she'll discover her own identity and who she is truly meant to be without riding my coattails or the Ali name. I am one of one, and this lane is closed.
Okay, 101.
I did this all myself. There's no camera crew here. There's no script writer. There's no hair and makeup. It's just me and my iPhone and my ring light, my setup. It was worth the simple gesture of creating a free YouTube page and Instagram page where I can house this content so the truth can live right alongside all the lies that have been spread all these years. I'm not monetizing my pages. This was never about a fight for me. If I would have simply said I wasn't going to fight her in the beginning, no one would have listened to the truth about what's really been going on all these years. I want the same media and blogs and content creators who are exposed to the lies to also see the truth.
12-second penalty, DS, 12 seconds to you. That's a 12-second violation.
That's why I released my answer in this format. Thank you for watching and much love to you all.
All right, y'all. So that's what Sister Ali had to say. We love her and appreciate her for addressing this clown because we all know that she did not have to do it. But I myself personally am grateful that she thought it not robbery to go ahead and address this clown where she was, because it was getting to be a bit much. If we being honest, it really was. Yeah. Dana, what you laughing at? That's what happened. That's what happened. So before we get into the sneak peek of RHOP, because it's some things that went on. Some things that went on. No, she don't need that. One thing about Laila too classy for that. She would never. We'll leave the flea market stuff to Clarencia. However, what y'all thought about the Cash Money versus No Limit versus? Some things went on there. Some things went on during that. I'm not gonna drag it out, but I'm gonna say this. Y'all tell me who y'all think won. In the chat, because we were in Discord and we watched it. We absolutely watched in Discord. I enjoyed it. It was a little short, you know. Birdman was definitely wilding. He was. Birdman was wilding. I feel like No Limit won too. Yeah. No Limit definitely smoked Cash Money. And I heard somebody made, I don't know who made the point. I watch so many channels. There's so much content that goes on around my head while I'm sewing, crocheting, running my little, you know, virtual assistant business, doing this, doing that. But somebody made a point that like No Limit was the street and Cash Money was the club. And I think that was the perfect analogy. It was the perfect analogy. It was like No Limit was absolutely the street. And Cash Money was what happened when the street dude go to the club. While I enjoyed Cash Money in the beginning, No Limit was that sound. No Limit was definitely that sound. Peanut is in the chat. Peanut was very much riding shotgun with her mama, with her anklets and bracelets on, with her shades. You know, bending corners with her mama. With all of with everybody from West Ocala passing money through the window to her while we was listening to No Limit. No Limit was the soundtrack of the street, and it absolutely was. It absolutely was. Yeah, perfect analogy, Hood Star. When I heard that, I was like, yeah, that explains it. That explains so much. No, I don't think Lil Wayne would have made a difference. I really don't. Because at that point, and let me tell you what was said about that. They said Lil Wayne said he was never coming out with them. He don't mess with them like that. And that basically he could do a verses by himself, and he could. Lil Wayne could easily do a verses by himself. So I could see him not wanting to do that. Mm-hmm. Yes, Cash Money was definitely the popular guys club. Yeah, and it was street dude go to the club and they spraying money and stuff. That was the Cash Money soundtrack. But if you know, No Limit was the soundtrack of the street. It just was. It really was. Hey, Miss Niecy, thank you for being 71. Sharon said No Limit had a better roster. C Murder, Mac, Mia X, Fiend, Soldier Slim, Mystical, Young Bleed, Mr. Magic. Yes. Yes, the lineup was insane. And can we just talk about real quick? I ain't gonna, go down memory lane too hard, but those of y'all who was around, y'all know what it was like back then. You left out Mercedes, you left out a lot of people. No Limit had 1,011,000 dudes on No Limit. 1.5 million on there. Like it was no one. Yes, the Coochie Snatcher alone had too many. I.e. Michael Tyler, aka Mystical, Mr. Cal, Mr. Help the Bear. And we didn't know how real he was when he said help the bear. Because the bear be done mess around and got his coochie took. You can't play with Michael Tyler, honey. You need an iron chastity belt, a pistol, and a box cutter. Because he coming to get your draws. And we didn't even know that man was crazy like that. But I digress. They had 1 million people on there. Half the time, albums would just drop. And you could tell by the artwork that it was No Limit. But sometimes you didn't even know, like, wait, who is this? Wait, who is this? And y'all, dang, I got to go to the corner. Peanut sent me to the corner. Y'all, this was my little roller. Y'all don't know. That thing wasn't but about 2, 3 sitting up there with her and gold anklets, gold on all her little fat fingers, gold around her neck. Oh, she was a real little Florida baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. She said stealing bare coochie is where she draw the line. So she sent me to the corner. Y'all tell me how long is my violation? Yeah, that was a good looking man. I didn't listen. Would have never believed it. Would have never believed it. You talking about Dangerous Girl? We was rocking with him back with Tarantula, like way back. Mm-hmm. Everybody was wearing camo because of No Limit. Everybody was. Everybody was wearing it. But what I'm saying is, like, during that time, y'all know it was exciting, but it was so much. Master P, regardless of what you think of Percy Miller, 34 seconds. Dang. I'm a whisper because I'm in the corner. Don't tell her I'm talking. Percy Miller was a mastermind. They never saw him coming. They did not take him serious. And by the time the labels realized that they should take Percy Miller serious, it was too late. It was too late. That man was dropping. Thank you. Ishelle bonded me out. Thank you. I could talk normal again. Thank you, sis. My first supporter today. And my sister paid my bond. And this is why you need sisters that'll get you out of jail. So literally, put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember this. It would be a new No Limit album drop out every week. Like, it would be literally every week. It was another No Limit album coming out. Another No Limit album coming out every week. Siobhan say she remember. Yes. You didn't have time to even like process the last one before another one came out. So, and it was crazy. Like, even the rebuttals on the stage during the verses was insane. It was crazy. They up there, playing their stuff and talking crap. And then you get Mia X. They did her verse on Freak Hoes. Freak Hoes. I was like, and Mia was so pretty. Mia's always been pretty. The album covers look like a movie. The album covers look like a movie. And it was every week. Bum, bum, bum. Before you could think, bum. And he did an interview not long ago. Yes, Mia X, the biggest mama. The biggest mama. Mm-hmm. So he was talking about the fact that because I forgot who was interviewing Master P, and he made was answering the interviewer who asked if anything like No Limit would ever happen again, and he said probably not, because people talk too much now. They tell everything. And he actually pointed out he was able to do what he did because they didn't see him coming, and was talking about the house he went and bought over there in Baton Rouge in that gated community. He didn't even let them know he was buying it. While they telling him you ain't gonna be able to, he went and bought 5 and bought them outright. So the people couldn't stop the loans and take it back and not let him have it, because they was the first Black people in that neighborhood. So you got to really, give respect to people who found a way around a system that was designed to keep you out. It was also interesting to hear him talk about, how they was charging them $2 million to get the records to the radio stations, to break records and to break them in and stuff, and him asking questions like, wait, how much they charge y'all? $2 million. How much they wanted you to pay? $2 million. But it was one dude, and he tracked down that it's only one dude, and he collecting $2 million from all of us, and he only making one trip for all of us. And so that's enough to make you think, like, maybe that's why they went to streaming, because that was the only way to keep Black people from like controlling their own music flow. Got to think about it. But yeah, for sure. He's very smart and very, very, very quiet. That man don't tell you nothing. By the time he letting you know something, it's already too late and you can't do nothing about it. And I like people that move like that. So I did want to say that Birdman acted a donkey up there with the, #1 stutter, and I started this stunting stuff. Master P is ignorant too, because he was like, yep, you started that stunting stuff. You sure did. Yes, you did. Oh yeah, I started that stunting stuff. He said, but guess what I started? Next thing you know, they playing Bout It. Because baby, that song there took America by storm. Took America by storm. Mm-hmm. It was something. It was really something. Yes, Birdman was slurring. He sounded like he was real high. I don't know if he was, but his words, he was talking in cursive. So to me, it felt like he could have been a little inebriated. He could have been lifted or something like that. But yeah, he was talking in cursive. So that aside, let's get into the RHOP sneak peek and what's going on with them hookers over there. And I'm going to tell y'all what we ain't finna talk about. Lord Hood Star say he definitely done popped up hurt. Yes. Was there beef between the two labels back in the day? There was slightly, not real beef, because they really street like that. So beef, when you start dealing with real street people, beef means something different. And both of them have made it clear it wasn't beef because ain't nobody get shot. When it's beef, people get shot. Like where we from. When people is beefing, you get shot. If ain't nobody get shot, it ain't no beef. Now, the thing between No Limit and Cash Money was that P and Birdman didn't really get into it. Like they wasn't ever cool like that. They wasn't enemies or nothing, but they wasn't cool like that. Both of them had their egos and they didn't really mess with each other. It was just like, nah, I don't mess with him like that, or I don't mess with him like that. But because the two people at the top really didn't mess with each other, the people that was under them couldn't work together, even though they wanted to. Because BG has often said him and Soulja Slim was real close, real cool, or whatever, but they could not work together because the two people at the top didn't really mess with each other. That's what happened when you on that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Siobhan says street beef that carried when they got signed. Soulja Slim was a real life hitter and Mystical never liked Birdman. Nah, I don't know about all that because I don't know. I ain't finna get into that. I can't even really get into that because when Mystical got out of jail, before he went back to jail, he was over there making music with Manny Fresh and he was around them. So it couldn't have been all that. Because before he went to jail the first time, he had left No Limit and he was with Jive. And then after he went to jail, when the first girl said he took her cat, and then after he got out, he made a nice little like mixtape with Manny Fresh. That whole thing was certified hood platinum. I played it back to back to back to back to back, the whole thing. What? That one that Manny did where he did that beat and sampled Sweet Love by Anita Baker. That thing was so funky. It was so ridiculously funky. Oh my gosh. Then he did a whole freestyle riding in the car with Manny. Like, like them boys is talented as hell. They really are. All of them. They're talented as hell. Got love for all their music. Miss Nisha said, I remember when P said it was too much money out there to be beefing. And definitely was. Absolutely. We all love Mystikal's voice and his flow. Most of the ladies love Mystical. That's why I couldn't believe that he was a psychopath around here stealing coochie when you had all these people that was volunteering coochie. People was volunteering. Like he probably had a waiting list if he'd have wanted one. And yeah, they are definitely two different types of dudes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Both of them know how to get to the money. One of them gonna get to the money by being strategic and trying to play them clear people. The other one is a straight bully. Like he's a street bully. He gonna get what he get. He know how to hustle, but he ready to bully everybody. P don't want to bully. He'll rather make money with you. He gonna make sure he get the majority, but you gonna get paid messing with P. Birdman, maybe not so much. That's all I'm saying. But let's get on over to Potomac, or as my baby used to say when they first came out, Potomac. Right, Evie, they don't be wanting the girls who want them. They don't. And you know, with Michael Tyler, he had to look far and wide to find a woman that didn't. He had to look hard to find a woman that didn't want him, because most of the women was like, you know, right here. You know, the women was like, you know, they was crazy about that man. They was. And right, Bianca, and you would have been safe, because apparently he didn't want the women that are handed on to him. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, he didn't want that. He didn't want them. He had no reason to resort to that. Nope. That's not a challenge. That's sadism. Because that act is not about being challenged. That's an act of somebody who wants to hurt women. That's not about attraction. That's not about lust. That is about they want to hurt women. So the women who actually like him, you know, that ain't gonna hurt their feelings. You can't listen. You can't hurt somebody's feelings that's telling you, come on over here now. Because I had people get mad at me real quick before we get to Potomac. Let me tell y'all why. Y'all remember? Yes, they was shaking it and watching themselves and everything. Yes, they was. I got in trouble in church one time because I had Still Smoking as my ringtone, and I could have swore I turned that ringer off, and the deacon was praying, and it started playing. Yep, I'm talking about chop it up, take the pill out, and roll it up, light it, hit it, hold it, pass it, pump up, blow it up. I mean, like it was just playing, and I couldn't make it stop. That's back when you could still take the battery out of phones. I had to take the thing off the back and pull the battery out that mug because it would not. Tell them, boo, it wouldn't turn off. I was so ashamed sitting over there in Tucker Hill at New Zion Missionary Baptist Church, and that phone went off. Still smoking. Yes. Listen. Woo. That happened. Yvette laughing at me. That really happened. The baby could tell you. I couldn't shut it off. I had to take the battery out that son of a gun. Could not make it stop. And it just kept, I mean, woo. Endo, hydro, open up the window. I'm about to blow. I mean, just playing. Yes, I was completely embarrassed. Oh, DS, I was thoroughly embarrassed. I was. So listen, Potomac. So this is what we in for on Sunday. Okay. Look, they still laughing at me. I told y'all, even when I was in the street, I was still in the church. I wasn't no good, but I was still in the church. I wasn't leaving. I had an old lady tell me, no matter what I do, don't put God out of my life. So I kept going to church. I was raggedy, but I was in church. Sure was. Now I should have ran to the front of the church. Girl, I wanted to open up the floor of the church and crawl in it. They wanted to run to the front. I wanted to get in the flow. And hide, okay? So look, Potomac. So I'm looking at these previews. Let me tell you what I saw that we in for come Sunday. First of all, Kiana's still miserable. Apparently, these girls done went out somewhere and had a good time. They get back to the house. Now, y'all remember last year, put a 2 in the chat if y'all remember last year, they were celebrating Wendy turning 40. It was a big deal for her because it was her first time being 40. It was her last few days of being in her 30s. And so they celebrated during the season. So she wasn't pushing them for her birthday or whatever, but looked like when they got back from wherever the hell they went, we'll find out Sunday, that the girls had set up like a surprise happy birthday for her or whatever, which I think is cool. You know what I mean? It happens like that with her and Karen because both of their birthdays be happening during the season, right? So boom, they get back. They okay, I see the tools. Yep, y'all remember. Okay, bet. Because I ain't want y'all to get to the end and say, oh yeah, now I remember. Okay. So they over there, they doing their thing or whatever. Everybody's singing happy birthday. It looked like it was a real cool laid back type of time. Next thing we know, Kiana face all tied up. She got the screw face. Like Mark for death. And then I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm tired. Giselle was like, okay, well, you could go to sleep if you're tired. She was like, I will. It's almost like she wanted somebody to beg her to stay downstairs, y'all. Y'all got to go see the clip. So anyway, she takes her hips upstairs, but then she in the confessional talking about, today just ain't it. No issue, Wendy. There's no issue, Wendy. You had an issue. Wendy is not obligated to have an issue because you want one. Then you got her talking about Jassy was screaming in her face. Jassy was matching your energy. You said all kind of stuff, and she was saying all kind of stuff to you. You not no victim, little mama. Then she say, and then my girlfriend, they calling her a catfish. No, Giselle called her a catfish. Words and names mean things. Say it was Giselle. What, you scared? So she took her butt upstairs, y'all. But here's the gag. Angel stayed downstairs. She did. Angel stayed downstairs. I think Angel had time to think, like, I'm looking real dumb. So she stayed downstairs. So it looked like they get to playing their little drinking games. You know, they love to drink and stuff. Baby, look. Why Wendy gonna ask this girl if you could murk anybody on the show with y'all, who would it be? Lil Mama said Giselle. So y'all look at this. Look at this nut. You to put jets on Kiana's feet to hurry her upstairs, okay? It's a shame because she's such a pretty girl, but she's so miserable. So this fool say it would be Giselle. Everybody started laughing. Giselle was like, me? She said, yeah, because you say I'm catfishing and I ain't no catfish. And she jumped up and was like, and I ain't no catfish. And everybody's, you know, a sister girl moment, like, girl, you so crazy. Get them, Angel. Tell her, Angel. You know. And so everybody laughing it off. Giselle was like, well, at least you said that you would murk me if you could. At least now we know you alive. instead of just being a ventriloquist dummy. Wendy tell a girl, come on over to the dark side. She jumped up and went and sat by Wendy. I said, Kiana finna be mad as hell. Kiana finna be mad as hell when she see this. Now, I ain't seen the show. Of course, ain't none of us seen it. But I can tell you up front, Kiana ain't gonna be cool with that. She gonna make that into a thing. Because she need Angel to be mad with Wendy with her because ain't nobody buying your stuff. This girl done had a whole spa event to try to get people on the team and all that. Ain't work. And if Angel go getting along with everybody, that's going to be a mess. Ain't going to work. Then let me tell y'all something else. Y'all, Pennywise is showing her true colors again. So apparently she mad because Josh said happy asking that girl talking about, do you think he cheating? And she was like, in the past he was cheating, and she told y'all he was cheating. And she said, I don't think he doing nothing now. And so Ashley got her in her forehead in the darn confessional talking about some, well, I think she's still a little delusional, but if she like it, I love, like, girl, your man was cheating on you with dudes. If Candace is to be believed, she said that man was getting out of bed with you going across town to put another man's microphone up to his mouth to sing karaoke. And you worrying about this lady who is insanely happy. When that man wasn't right, Jocelyn gave him hell in front of the cameras and everybody else. If she happy now, they work through whatever they got going on. Ashley, how did that become your business? How did that become your business? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I said, what is really going on here? But I think it's about to be a mess. I think it's about to be a whole mess. And let me tell y'all this. The fans is giving Angel and Kiana the blues. Like the way y'all fans be so hard on these people, the people is calling for Angel and Kiana to never come back. Now, Angel is getting on my nerves, but I haven't completely written her off yet. Because Angel, if I'm being fair, and I hate to, do that I don't believe in the whole lapdog thing and saying, if a woman is acting, gross, it's another woman's fault and all that. But I kind of saw it that sneak peek. Angel is kind of okay when Kiana ain't around. Now, I don't know what that says about her character, like how you let somebody else influence your behavior so much that you seem like a totally different person when this person is not around. That's a little crazy to me. I'm going to be honest. That's a little crazy. Okay. Oh, Yvette say Ashley Dolly a delusional forgot about Michael Darby. Yeah, she did. She did. She forgot all about Michael. We ain't forget. Not that gentleman that likes to grab tush. I know I ain't forgot him. But she must have Yvette. I think you're right, girl. I think you're right. But it's the idea, this girl getting married and you trying to throw salt in the game on her marriage, girl. Because you mad because you over there with that little young boy trying to help him shake after he pissed. So you mad because somebody else got a full-grown man and getting married. You better do like Stacey and ask somebody to introduce you to somebody. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. So I hope Angel keep moving like that and has fun in front of Kiana too. Yeah, just have fun. Like if Kiana want to be miserable, be miserable. Because that scene last week with them on the boat and everybody up having a good time and Angel sitting over there in timeout with Kiana. Kiana's unhappy and Angel just sitting there next to her looking like she wished she could go have fun too. And I'm like, girl, you can. You grown. That is not your mama. That's your homegirl. Come on now. DS said Angel act like Kiana holding someone she love hostage. She do. She act like, okay, if I say the wrong thing, it's all over. Like, girl, she can't do nothing to you. She can't do nothing to you. And I just don't know why Angel act like she can when she really can't. Yeah, people been giving her a fit. Another person I've been seeing, the blogs give a fit is Ashley Darby. I think Ashley is getting hit hard in the blogs. It's not looking good for her. I think she may have to, come up with something legit, or I don't know what Andy gonna do, but the people is not feeling her like that. Wait a minute, let me ask y'all this. Did y'all see that clip of Mendices and Tamar Braxton laid up? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all saw that. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all ain't seen that. So see, this is giving them people wasn't lying. Like, you was really doing this. Ain't nobody lie on her. So whoever that was that put the story out that he was seen leaving her house late at night wasn't lying. Oh, I see some tools. Y'all ain't seen that? DS said she saw it. Because y'all, what's going on? Why is Mendices laid up on a bed with Tamar Braxton and they up there cuddling and spooning and stuff? What's going on? No, really. What's going on? I'm just asking. Say she dropped her movie on YouTube. You think it's a clip from the movie? Is it? This look like a cell phone video. She did a cell phone video in the movie? Miss Sparkle say, is that from her retrograde movie? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know. But something don't look right. Yeah, Ezra curricula. I know you meant extra, but I like Ezra. Uh-huh. She's showing the filming of it in the show. Okay, I was about to say, what the hell going on here? What y'all doing over there? Something about that don't look right to me. I'm going to just tell y'all the truth. That ain't giving movie vibes, but if y'all say so. Matter of fact, let's judge together. Let's judge together, shall we? Because something about that don't look right to me. It ain't none of my business. Let's be clear that it is none of my business. However, things not being my business ain't never stopped me before. And it ain't finna stop me now neither. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Well, now, Yvette with her at Birdman, she said she was there to support her brother-in-law because her sister couldn't be there. So I ain't gonna say much about that. That's her sister husband, you know. I ain't gonna turn no sound on, but y'all, don't this look like a cell phone video? Is this from the movie? Miss Parker says it's from the movie she saw it a while back. I don't know. Something about that don't look right to me. I'm gonna just be honest, and I still believe the person who was saying that people who live close to her saw that man leaving her house at 2 and 3 in the morning. Now I'm gonna say that I believe the people was said they saw that man leaving the house at 2 and 3 in the morning. Something about that don't look right. Now I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I don't know about this. My sweet said, why you don't have the hype button? I don't even know how to do it, boo. I'm gonna be honest honest with you. I don't know. I guess I have to look into it. Hey, Lady T. Wicked 548 said, look set up. It kind of do. It kind of do. Bianca says it's supposed to look that way. That's the look they was going for. Oh, okay. So it's like a scene in the movie where somebody's recording through their phone. I've seen that before. I could see that. I could definitely see that. That makes sense. Because to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was looking at. And y'all know me. When I don't know what I'm looking at, I just kind of, I ask the question and let y'all tell me. Because something just ain't right. Something just ain't right. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know. Something was not adding up to me. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out if it's anything to them stories. Because the video, maybe it's innocent. I would still like to know what's the real lick on that man leaving her house at 2 and 3 in the morning. Because I don't know not one video that you need to do, or one show or movie or whatever that requires you leaving somebody's personal home at 2 and 3 in the morning. I'm going to say that. I don't know one. I'm sure there is one. I just don't know what the reason to be at somebody's house that time of morning. Oh, Miss Parker said after watching that show, I don't put nothing past her. Dang. It pops up after the lives? Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know. But yeah, I thought that was a little interesting. It was a little interesting. But yeah, child. So that's what I got on the gossip. I'm going to tell y'all this. Again, with the PSAs, Black people, stay home. Do not get involved in no mess going on tomorrow. Them people talking about they're going to go steal out of stores because stamps ain't there. Black people, stay home. Do not get involved in that. Them people have been working overtime this whole year to try to get us outdoors and in harm's way. They want an excuse to sick the National Guard on us. And the way you seen them kindly escorting immigrants to a man, that is not how they're going to deal with y'all Black people. You know how this country deals with Black American people. They're going to beat you and tase you and probably shoot you with rubber bullets and everything else. Do not go out there being involved in that mess. Stay in your homes. We were eating before there was a stamp. You will eat after a stamp. Okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. Stay out of that mess. They have done everything possible to get our people involved. They tried lying and, oh, y'all gonna get deported too. And we ain't getting no goddamn deported. This is our country. We ain't going nowhere. Okay, they have tried everything to get us involved. This food stamp thing is just another thing to try to get us involved. Black people, stay in your homes. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Black people, remain in your homes. Do not be out there doing stupid stuff, getting involved with stuff, letting people on social media hype y'all up to go do nothing. Stay home, stay safe. I do not want to see my people in the headlines. I do not. I don't. Because when it's all said and done, everybody's sitting up trying to, shift it to the other side. It was them. It was them. I done seen where both sides could have did something different than what happened, but it is what it is, right? Black people, stay home. Don't get involved in this. Do not get involved. Ain't no point of going and stealing from people's stores, all that stuff. That's embarrassing anyway. Leave it alone, okay? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. So look, y'all, that's all I got for the gossip. Ain't nothing else. Ooh, one more thing. Because I was talking to our sister Angie. Y'all know the hardest working girl down in Dade County, Florida. And y'all know what she reminded me of. Those of y'all who used to be over here for FNN for the Florida Negro News, put a 2 in the chat. Let me get a 2 if y'all remember being over here for Florida Negro News. Let me hit me with a 2. Hit a girl with a 2. Okay? So listen. She reminded me that I warned y'all ahead of time to stock up on your food and stuff. Y'all remember that? Back when I was still reporting, before I got tired of black people reporting my page for telling the truth because they were so protective of them white folks up there in DC. Y'all remember me telling y'all? To stock up on your dry goods. Stock up on your rice, your flour, your cornmeal. Stock up on your canned goods. Remember I was telling y'all that? Hey, E. Davis. E. Davis said she sure enough was here for the Florida Negro News. Y'all remember me telling y'all that? Yeah. And see, for a time like this, if people had actually listened to me, you wouldn't care nothing about them talking about what you don't have and you ain't gonna be able to buy this and it's gonna be a shortage of that. You wouldn't care. You wouldn't care. The news is on my news channel. It's on Black Not Blue. It ain't gonna never be over here again. You remember me telling y'all that, right? Yes. Catherine Bennett said time was had. You sure did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because I felt like it was necessary. I felt like it was necessary to report on everything that was happening and tell y'all what was going on. I don't believe in that, oh, let's defend this person or defend that person. I'm not defending none of them criminals. We're going to tell the truth and shame the devil. But unfortunately, with our own people, we got so many of them that love massa. You can't say nothing about their masters, honey. You say something about their masters, they go to reporting your channel and attacking you. Hey, Queen, what's going on, sis? And so I just moved all that content to a whole different platform because I'm not going to be dealing with that. But I digress. Thank you for being number 87, sis. But true in fact, I told y'all to stock up on your food. I told you. And now here we are. So I hope everybody listened at that time, in which case your pantry should look like a Costco. Okay. Catherine said, I still got my beans and rice packs. I hope you got plenty of canned goods and noodles and all type of stuff that you can cook, tomato paste and everything. Just all type of goodies. And your deep freezers ought to be full too. That's right. Be stocking up. That way, no matter what these people pull, we will always be okay. We will always be okay. So listen, y'all, that's all I got on the gossip. Ain't got nothing else. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Pantry stock, deep freezers full. That's right. That's right. I mean, if you don't eat food from cans, that's cool. I grow vegetables, honey. So I understand. What I'm saying is stock up. Or you ain't got to. You know what I mean? I would like all of our folks to be okay, but if folks don't want to stock up, you ain't got to. No sweat. But if folks had listened when I first told y'all that, it wouldn't be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing at all. So listen, y'all, I'm finna jump off. Y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, I need you to please hit the like button on the way out. And if you went to the wish list and sent yarn, you need to be talking to me in Discord so I can ship you your crocheted goods, okay? So yeah, hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you will know every single time we go live on this good channel. If you are in Discord, you know we are. Okay. So yeah, and if you want to join channel membership, make sure that you join button beneath the video or the membership link in the description box. And also in the description box, we got the link from my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for our girls leaving home for the first time. Make sure every little girl you know has one. We got the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear. We got the link for our storefront on Amazon so you can shop for Christmas and Thanksgiving decor and different things like that for your home, like I do for mine. And the link to my wish list where you can find yarn and sore throat remedies, because I always got a sore throat. There are snacks and notebooks and notepads and stuff, because you know I'm always taking notes to make sure we got the story straight. Any support I always appreciate. I love you guys. So enjoy the rest of your evening. We may be back tomorrow, but it's just as the gossip permits. And you know we're gonna be back on Sunday. Okay, so listen, I need y'all to enjoy the rest of your evening. If you're heading to bed, good night, sweet dreams. If you're heading out, be safe, no drunk driving. And I look forward to talking to y'all again soon. Be positive, be productive. Make sure that you are supporting those around you and supporting and encouraging yourself. And remember, if nobody else tells you, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay?